So we're going to do front hub removal. I've already taken the dust cap off, which you can see here. It just pops right off. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that these bolts right here, that you've broken those free before you take the tire off and jack the vehicle up. If you don't try and do that, it's just going to spin while you're trying to break those free. So what we're going to do is just going to take those off. Those are a 9/16. So we're just going to run those out. And I've already broken them free, so I'm just going to work them out by hand here. So the other thing, before you completely do this, make sure that you're keeping hold of the washers that are on these, they don't get separated. So once you do that, you should just be able to pull the flange off. It should be packed pretty well with grease, so it's kind of gross. So I've already done this part right here, but inside you're going to see there's a washer and a nut, and then behind that there's another washer and a nut, and behind that is the bearing itself. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is take out the first washer, and you'll find on a lot of these Jeeps that people have used screwdrivers and pliers and all sorts of other things to try and get those off and really jack them up. This is the proper tool. The Army issued these. You can put a screwdriver or a rod through the hole here to twist that off. Or this one has a socket set on it. So you're just going to take those nuts out and then work the you're going to pull the washer out. Then there's the second nut, second washer, and then again that bearing should be packed in there. You don't absolutely have to take the bearing out in order to pull the hub, but you risk damaging it if you don't. Plus it can get vapor locked or oil locked in there and cause you some problems. So you go to pull on this and it won't come off. They make a special tool for it, and this is what it looks like. The Army issued these things, and it's most of the time when you find them online for sale, you'll see them, it just looks like this little cup. It won't come with the bolt, so it looks just like this. You'll see them pictured online. You just go to the hardware store, make sure you get yourself a hardened bolt. I think it's a 1/4 inch 20 maybe. Off the top of my head I can't recall, but you're going to want to make sure you get a really nice long one that's full thread. Don't get one that's only a partial thread, or you won't be able to get enough turn on it. So the way that works is once you pull the nuts and the bearing out of there, you're going to take your flange and you're going to put your flange back on the wheel, and so line it back up, and you only need to run maybe 2 or 3 of these bolts in here. I usually only do it with 2. Haven't had any problems doing it that way. So all you're going to do is take these down to finger tight. And then your vehicle may or may not have this. You can see it moving maybe with my finger right here, right around the edge of the flange. That's the water seal for the fording kit, so you may or may not have that. You can pull that off with a screwdriver if you don't have a removal kit. You're just going to pop that up. they're cheap and easy to find to replace them if you do mess it up. She's going to pop that off. If it's on there, if it's not, you'll already see that there is a lip right here, and so this tool just goes right onto that lip, and then you can see it just rotates around there. And then all you're going to do is just run this screw down, and it's going to press on the center of the axle stud there. Get it finger tight, and then helps if I have the right size stuff here. There it is. So all you're going to do is just keep that on the lip and just run that down. And as you run it down, you'll see it pop. And you can see now that that's pulled out the thing. You can just pull it right on off there. Comes off super easy. And then you can just pull the whole thing off all as one piece, and then you can separate back off. Take the flange back off of here, and you'll be good to go. And that's how you remove the front hub on a M38A1 Willys Jeep.